non-binary and my pronouns are they, them, which is very pertinent to this video. So this is a Flosstube extra, so I'm not going to be showing you all the stuff I've been working on, but it's going to be a few days before I can get to my regular Flosstube. But I really wanted to talk about all the stuff I'm doing for Pride this month. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I'm doing some charity patterns. So if you've been following my channel for a little while, you probably have at least know about my Ko-Fi page, even if you haven't been on there. And I usually offer my patterns for free. But this month, I'm putting $5 on 3 of the patterns I'm putting out to raise money for my local LGBTQ center that helps. I think it's more focused on the youth of the area, but it helps people in my county here in Florida. And I do live in a very red part of the state. So we could use some help here, that's for sure. And also it's good to do local. I mean, a lot of people do the national charities, like the Trevor Project and other things like that, but I've been trying to take a cue from D's 20 Stitches, which I'm going to show off one of their patterns in a minute that I'm going to be doing for Pride. But trying to do locally because they usually need more help. A lot of the national organizations have big fundraising arms and advertising and all this stuff, but something in your state or in your town probably doesn't have the money to advertise like that. So it's good to kind of research and look for them and do that. Which, speaking of D's 20 Stitches, you should check out their Stitch for Pride challenge. They're doing stitching prompts, they're doing educational stuff, which you gotta do the educational stuff where you do the stitching prompt. No dessert until you eat your vegetables. Oh, it's really cool, and I'm looking forward to doing that this month. I may not be following the stitching prompts really strictly because I kind of had my own thing I was planning on doing, because I picked out 6 projects, 1 whip and 5 new starts that are all kind of Pride themed that I wanted to work on. So that's like 6 projects, 1 for each stripe in the flag there. I don't know why I have to have organized and have themes, and it's a whole thing. Just don't ask. But anyway, so the patterns that I'm doing for Pride, it's still in the video game theme that I've been doing this year. I'm putting out 3 patterns for that this month, in addition to my usual Chrono Cross and other things. But so they're all going to be Sailor Moon patterns. So these games, the video games for Sailor Moon came out on like Super Nintendo and things like that back in the day, but they didn't come out over here, unfortunately. You can kind of get bootlegs and stuff with them now, but I was still able to get like the video game sprites, make patterns on them, really cute. So I want to show off this. So I've got the regular Scouts. I'm not sure. I'll put it up one way or the other, one of these. But I got the regular Scouts, the Inner Scouts with Sailor Moon and Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, also Tuxedo Mask, and Chibi Moon, and Luna and Artemis. So that's like the big pattern. Then I did a little bit smaller pattern of the Outer Scouts, Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Pluto, and Sailor Saturn. And I also did a Sailor Starlights pattern, which I was really excited about that because the 5th season of Sailor Moon isn't as well known because they didn't want to bring it over here. But that's a whole other thing. I'll get into that in a second. But so I did a little Sailor Starlights pattern, and they're from the 5th season of Sailor Moon. So if you don't know anything about Sailor Moon, would you notice I'm wearing this fabulous shirt that has Sailor Moon on it, which I joked to Derek that this is such like the non-binary shirt because it's got sort of the men's cut, the collar and everything, but it's bright pink and it's got Sailor Moon on it. He finds it a little obnoxious. It is very bright, but I never like claim to have great fashion sense. I'm just amused by things. Anyway, so in the 5th season of Sailor Moon, there is this boy band and they transform into Sailor Scouts. So they are men that transform into women, So, yeah, back in the 90s, there was a lot of things that were erased in the English dub when they brought it over back in the day. There was a gay relationship in the first season, and they just kind of pretended that one of them was a woman. And then there was the lesbian relationship between two of the Sailor Scouts, which they tried to erase that by making them cousins. I don't think that makes it better. And then, of course, Sailor Uranus, Haruka, is non binary, which isn't really, I mean, it's not really a thing in the original, but in the newer version of Sailor Moon they've done, they do kind of address it more, not explicitly. I'm not sure if that's like a language barrier or they just didn't want to, but it's pretty strongly implied there. So, obviously, is she my favorite? Or I don't know. I just don't know how the pronoun thing is harder in Japan. A lot of things are implied, not explicit. But I like that character is presented as masculine presenting and feminine presenting, so they kind of do both, which is fun. So I also got some buttons to make into needle minders. So this is Sailor Uranus. You can see the non-binary character, which, the short haircut and all that. And then this is her girlfriend, Sailor Neptune. Michiro, I think is her Japanese name. I'm sometimes terrible with names, but she's so pretty. And then I also had to make my favorite Sailor Scout, which is Sailor Mercury, Ami. She's a big nerd, so obviously. I got a bunch of other buttons, so I'm going to be turning into those into needle minders too. Because as you can tell from my whole diatribe about that, Sailor Moon is pretty queer. Like, there's a lot going on, and they tried to get rid of it. I like that the newer dubs don't try to erase all that stuff, so they just kind of put it out there, which is, pretty big thing back in the mid to early 90s. So, okay. So anyway, the projects I'm going to be working on, the first one is, I'm going to show you, is a whip. And this is from Dee's 20 Stitches. This is the Trans Pride Tapestry. And I've got about a third of the way through there. You can see I've got the top section. So this is all the way across. This is as wide as it'll be. And I've got the outlining done, and I'm just working on filling in the rest of the colors here. So it's looking really good. The diamond is not too bad, but metallic floss, it's the devil no matter what. That one is really cute, and it's really nice because you can kind of do the outlines and then just sort of fill them in with the colors, so it can be easy when you don't want to have to like count as much. So then this one is a new start. I started it yesterday. I got excited. I couldn't help myself. So this one is, I'm the rainbow sheep of my family by Play-Doh Squirrel. And so you can see it has Rainbow Bright here in the middle, which I got her all finished. And then there's little, sort of like little frames, and it has each of the color kids around her, and then there's some lettering, and I'll put a picture up of what that, which hopefully I put a picture up of the Trans Pride Tapestry too. I'm really on the ball. Anyway, this one's really cute. I'm also doing this as a stitch along with Rogue Mama Stitcher and Ducky Dame. Ducky Dame, her Flosstube is Total Stitch Show. I will link to Dee's Flosstube and to their Flosstubes down in the description box. But this one is going really quick. You can see it's like the little figures go really quickly. I just did that yesterday, so it's really cute. I like that one. So I don't have anything to show for the other ones. I'm doing two of my own patterns that I showed you earlier. I'm doing the outer Sailor Scouts. I'll put that up here again because obviously, and then I'm also doing the Sailor Starlights because, well, they're men that transform into women. So it seems pretty appropriate. So I got this fabric for the Sailor Scouts because I really liked the blues and the purples. It kind of goes with their colors. It's really fun. And then I got this fabric for the Sailor Starlights because they're really bright colors. So I thought a nice like darker background and the stars and everything would be really cool. So those are the fabrics I'm doing those on. And so you notice I've just showed, those are 4. So I have 6. I have 2 more by Clayfur Designs. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but so one is a non-binary pride lion. It's really cute. It's got a little colorful mane, so that should be a pretty quick one. I will admit it took me a little too long to. Oh, pride lions, that's cute. Duh. I'm quick. I'm fast. I get it. And then the last one I'm doing, which should be really quick, it's Gender is a Scam. And you see it says, Gender is a Scam designed to sell more bathrooms, which I just thought was funny. And it's really quick in just 2 colors. So I you know, they put these out last year on Pride. So I've had these and I've been meaning to get to stitching them. So now this gives me a reason to get on it. So that's all the stuff I'm working on. If you're interested in the Sailor Moon patterns, I will have those up. I will have it be a minimum $5 donation. Part of the reason I'm doing that is like normally I just sort of like whatever people want to put towards it, but I'm doing this for charity. I'm going to be covering the Ko-Fi, or not the Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi doesn't charge me, thankfully. The PayPal fee, so that like the whole amount is what I'll send. But the problem is like when it's a very small amount, like $1, they have a minimum fee of like 52 cents. So I only get 48 cents out of the $1. So yeah, I kind of wanted to set it at a minimum of $5. After June, I'll put it free like the rest of my patterns. So if you don't have the funds for that, you can get them later. That's fine. But I just wanted to do that this month. So all of my proceeds from those 3 patterns this month will be going to my local LGBTQ center here in Bay County, Florida. And I also am going to set it to pay as much as you want. So if you want to pay more than $5, you can do that as well. But the minimum will be $5. And I hope if you want to post about this on social media or tell anyone, it'd be really great. I would, so I can raise as much money as I can. I don't know how well I'll do. I'm hoping since my other anime-based one, Ranma, was pretty popular, I'm hoping these will be pretty popular too. And so that's kind of why I wanted to put them as charity patterns. I thought they would be more likely to generate some interest. So that is what I'm doing for Pride. So I hope, if you decide to stitch any of my patterns, please tag me, and make sure you check out Dee's Stitch for Pride challenge, and just, do local. If you're gonna donate this month, or if you're gonna do all that stuff, like try to do local in your area. And other than that, I hope you have a great Pride month if you are in the community. I hope that you can have fun supporting the community if you are an ally, and just this month, just have some fun with it. Let's do it. All right, I will see you in my next regular Flosstube. Bye.